It's match week 33 of J1, 6 matches to go in this season. And one of the teams ensconced in this thrilling 2025 J1 title race, Kyoto Sanga, are in action. They face Kawasaki Frontale at the Sanga Stadium tonight. It's always a spectacle here. The purple club of Kyoto Sanga, a full house. The fans are still dreaming of a first ever title, and what a spectacular outcome that would be if Kyoto Sanga can see it out. This is a match made even more significant, given Frontale themselves are still chasing a continental qualifying spot. It's a busy day of action in J1 today, staggered kickoffs. And we'll keep you abreast with how the top of the table is looking as results come in. The Sanga Stadium welcomes our two teams. Kyoto, Japan's former capital city. Dreams of being #1 again in a footballing sense. Kawasaki Frontale were the undisputed top dogs for 5 wildly successful years in the late 2010s. A club who've had to adjust their expectations since the last of those 4 titles in the space of 5 years in 2021. Bounce back to reach the AFC Champions League elite final in May and are hunting down continental qualification once more. There are so many issues swirling around this match. The 26th J1 meeting between Kyoto Sanga and Kawasaki Frontale. Kyo Sato celebrates 100 J1 appearances for Kyoto Purple Sanga today. On the bench today, Kyo, the left back, recently passed that milestone. Nice moment ahead of kickoff, just to celebrate respect in the game. Sanga looking to do the league double over Frontale this season. They won the first match at Kawasaki's Todoroki 4 weeks into the season back in March, but haven't beaten Kawasaki at home since 2022. The Kyoto Sanga starting 11 shows 2 changes from the team that earned the 2-1 win at Cerezo Osaka last week that relit the title tilt. The defence in this 4-1-2-3 formation is unchanged, but João Pedro is suspended. So coming in for only the 2nd time this season is Ryuma Nakano. A little further forward, Masaya Okugawa replaces Rafael Elias. The 2nd top scorer in J1 is injured, and that could potentially be a huge loss for Kyoto Sanga today. 3 up front though. They're committed to attack Cho's team once again. The referee is Atsushi Kamimura. He's refereed Frontale twice this season, Kyoto Sanga once. All have been draws. The VARs are Naoto Uehara and Akihito Kawasaki. Three changes for Kawasaki Frontale today. The first in goal, where Jung, at the ripe old age of 40, replaces Louis Tebo Yamaguchi after the latter conceded 4 against Reysol a week ago. Coming in for the suspended Yuki Yamamoto is Kento Tachibanada in one of the two holding midfield positions. And further up front, returning from suspension, is Edison. Despite scoring his first goals for Frontale last week against Kashiwa Reysol, Lazar Romanic, the mid-season recruit, the Serbian, he is dropped to the bench today. Shigetoshi Asabe, the coach who steered Frontale to the AFC Champions League Elite Final in May, replacing Toru Aniki. The best they can hope for this season is maybe a cup win and continental qualification. Cho Kui-jae, a couple of J2s with Shonan Belmare, who's won the J-League Cup as well. But taking Kyoto Sanga all the way to the J1 title would be an achievement to dwarf everything that has come before. It's a big loss to them. 16 goals, second top scorer in J1, Rafael Elias, has to sit this one out. Kyoto Sanga versus Kawasaki Frontale on Matchweek 33 of J1. Results in already completed matches elsewhere have shaken up the top of the table. Sanfrecce Hiroshima, extraordinary end to that one. They beat Machida Zelvia with 2 late goals. Plenty of controversy at the end as well. And Urua Reds have beaten Vissel Kobe. So those two teams beaten, Kyoto Sanga's rivals for the title, but that means Sanfrecce Hiroshima have pushed themselves into the conversation. Kashiwa Reysol, they're 20 minutes away from beating Yokohama F Mariners, so it could be all change at the top. Early attack for Kawasaki Frontale. Very difficult to keep pace with what's happening up there. Teams losing, dropping out of position. Currently Kashima Antlers top, 64 points. They don't play until tomorrow. Kyoto Sanga, as things sit now, are 4th on 59 points. 6 points separate the top 5. Frontale down in 7th. They're on 52 points. I think they'll still make it into 4th at least here this season. They are the division's top scorers in Kawasaki Frontale. Plenty of goals in them. There were 8 last week at the Todoroki. 4 all draw with Kashiwa Reysol. How will today unfold, I wonder? Kyoto Sanga into this one on the back of it, a 2-1 away success, one on the road. Kei Hanshin, local derby last week at Cerezo. Kind of reignited their title charge as well. They'd gone a couple of matches without a win, a draw and a defeat, before picking up the victory a week ago. Won 8 of 15 at home, Kyoto Sanga. How do they cope without Rafael Elias? Safety in numbers going forward seems to be the approach today from Coach Kui. Matsuda on the left, Hara through the middle. Masaya Okugawa on the right-hand side. Frontale penned in a bit here. Trying to play their way out. Erison, this is 15th start. Perhaps something of a surprise that Lazar Romanic drops to the bench today. His first goals for Frontale in that 4-4 with Raysol. That'll give it against Van Vermeskirchen. Right-sided fullback. Big part of the team that got all the way to the AFC Champions League elite final, start of the summer. Van Vermeskirchen could add to Japan's record of winning the AFC Champions League, not on that occasion. Only half away as the header from Fukuoka, the Kyoto Sanga captain. There goes Okugawa. And Senior should pick this up. Kizaka. Composure on the ball, as you expect from Yasuto Wakizaka. Tatsuya Ito. With 9 in his last 8 matches, Ito. A threat from one of the deeper attacking positions. The 3 that play in behind the main striker, which today is Erison. Miura, cross in, which was just a little far ahead of Marcinho, but enough whip on it to panic the Sanga defence. Room here for Soto Miura. Marcinho adding himself to the attack there. Usually the player that supplies the crosses from the wide areas, the Brazilian Marcinho. Erison tangling there with Shinosuke Fukuda. Uremovic getting involved as well, the Croatian, signed mid-year from Hajduk Split there, Uremovic. Partners Asahi Sasaki at the back for Frontale. Be a threat from this corner though. There's the delivery, Marcinho sliding in. Danger not away, it is now. Follow-up shot met with purple wall there. Plenty of physicality there off the ball as Kyoto Sanga look to defend that corner. Erison has 11 goals this year. There he is. Ito. There's the cross. Marcinho couldn't rearrange his footwork. Nice ball in. The quality of the crosses from the wide areas served Kawasaki Frontale well this season, the way they play. Use those wingers at every opportunity. Coach Asabe laments the miss. Hasn't scored for 6 games, Marcinho. Has scored 6 times this season. It was Erison's touch. Picked up by Nakano. It's only a 2nd start for Kyoto Sanga of the 2025 J1 season today. 2nd year with the club, the 22-year-old with the Taiki Irato. As the 2 playing in behind the front 3, Matsuda, Ara and Okugawa. Here come Kyoto Sanga, and Miura able to intervene and find Marcinho. Long diagonal there to Ito. First touch is good. If he can play in, Erison here is forced a little bit wide. Erison. Ito still there. Tatsuya Ito in red-hot goal-scoring form right now. Adds another. That's his 10th goal in the last 9 matches. And it provides the breakthrough for Frontale here in Kyoto. It was a wonderful quick transition. Loose attacking play, the pass wasn't good. Miura intercepted it, gave it to Marcinho, quickly on to Ito. Erison involved, the chance wasn't quite there for Erison. So he does the unselfish thing. And Ito does the clinical thing. Beautifully tucked home by Tatsuya Ito. Kyoto Sanga 0, Kawasaki Frontale 1. Really smooth attacking play. The purple patch of goal-scoring form started 16th of August for Ito. He scored in the draw at Albirex Niigata, and 2 against Nagoya Grampus, back-to-back against Machida Zelvia. There were Reds in the J-League Cup, both legs of that. A win at the Marinos, and drew a blank against FC Tokyo when they lost at home Frontale. It's a problem here for Shinpei Fukuoka. But now it's 3 on the spin for Ito. Goals against Shannon Belmare, Race Sol last week, and now here at the Sanga Stadium. And it will be a big blow if Shinpei Fukuoka can play no further part here. They had to turn and track back really quickly. The prospect of defending that counter-attack, and Fukuoka has clearly landed heavily. This is the Kyoto Sanga veteran, 8th year with the club. He's not scored in the league for over 4 years for Kyoto Sanga, but that's not what they look to with him. So, a player who runs the engine room, really. This was the attack that broke down. Kuda played the pass that was cut out. And a problem, undoubtedly, for Cho Kui-jae. Shohei Takeda comes in for Shinpei Fukuoka. 6 minutes last week, off the bench for the 7th time this season. Takeda like for like, and without their captain and one of their influential midfielders, and the top scorer Rafael Elias already. This is the test of Kyoto Sanga's credentials. How deep is this bench? A test of the spirit as well. The concession of this early goal at home here against Kawasaki Frontale. Goalkeeper comes out to play in. By the way, it's Yoshinori Suzuki has been handed the captain's armband now. Fukuoka has got off. Fukuda with the pass. Breaks for Kyoto Sanga in the middle of the park. Fukuda, Nakano. Nudge around the corner there for the substitute Takeda. Deflection on the ball through. It was kind for Frontale. through for Jung. Switching around the goalkeepers, something that coaches particularly enjoy doing. Tebo Yamaguchi had established himself as the first choice for Kawasaki Frontale. An arrival from Matchweek started 30 matches before missing out today. Ito. Sanga again caught in possession, deep at their own half. Long has come in 40. Jung might have work to do as Kyoto Sanga attack. It's away by Uremovic. Frontale stood their ground. Marcinho in quickly there. Tied up by Miyamoto. Uremovic with that header. Is Fukuda. 39 Taiki Irato. And for Matsuda to chase down. Nice and calm from Van Vermeskirchen. Miura. Lovely first touch that by Soto Miura, and then wastes it with a pass. A little bit obvious that from Irato. Tachibanada. Plays Yamamoto, first choice. Holding position there alongside So Kawahara, protecting the back four for Frontale. Van Vermeskirchen shut down quickly. A couple of crucial goals on their run to the AFC Champions League Elite Final. Sai Van Vermeskirchen. Second year in a row that the Japanese club had been beaten in the final of the top club competition. Rebranded last year the AFC Champions League Elite. This has just kicked off another season. Finishing first or second guarantees qualification for next year's continental competition. And then there are AFC Champions League 2 and AFC Challenge League places on offer as well. Frontale still in the mixer. Sanga very much so. But they're in trouble at home here. Ito. Kawahara. Nakano. Nakano with the pass through. Well read by Asai Sasaki. Tachibanada. Miura. Did win here last year by a goal to nil. Frontale, it wasn't until stoppages that they got that goal, though, scored by Yu Kobayashi. Yeah, offside. Kobayashi came off the bench to score that goal. Last time Frontale won here, he starts as a sub again today, the veteran. Fukuda. Harder to run onto. Here's Van Vermeskirchen. Two around him. Pressure came from Matsuda. Press forward. Erison will look for this, but swept up by Miyamoto. Tack it up. That's a bit loose. Shibanada couldn't get there. Hirato. Waits for support. Hirato again. It's harder. Suga an option here. Ryuma Nakano. Suzuki. Crying out for someone to make a dart or a burst or provide a little bit of sparkle going forward. Frontale have organised themselves well and indeed forced that outcome almost, with Kyoto Sanga just running aground. Struggling for the creativity or the craft to play themselves through. As we enjoy again this delightful finish from Tatsuya Ito. The goal has given Kawasaki Frontale the lead here in Kyoto today. There's the cross, better from Sanga. Better ball in, it was looking for Takeda. Well, it's a little bit of work in the air for Sasaki and Uremovic to do. Wakizaka. Miura. Put in from Sasaki, second ball. Won again here by Kyoto Sanga. Sugai falls backwards again. Suzuki. Nakano. Takeda getting them moving. Kugawa, cross shut down, breaks for Wakizaka. Marcinio, lovely little ball forward with the outside of his right foot there. Miura. Erison is forward, Ito too. And having done all the hard graft there and getting himself forward, and Sota Miura then promptly gives the ball straight back to Kyoto Sanga. I do feel that playing away from home suits them a little bit better. They often look more direct and more comfortable in sort of counter-attacking mode to Kyoto Sanga. I was thinking about this recently as 4 weeks ago, an extraordinary win. 4-0 at FC Tokyo, which was pretty much pure, undiluted Kyoto Sanga. Of course, Rafael Elias was on the pitch that day. And there's the shot from range, which presents few issues for Gakuji Ota. Just a little break from deep, though. Shoot on sight policy briefly there for Frontale. They've beaten 3 times this season, won 8 of 15 at home here, Kyoto Sanga. As things stand right now, Kawasaki Frontale have won as many away from the Todoroki as they have on their home pitch. 7 victories, both home and away. This is better from Kyoto Sanga. Challenge there on Takeda, just as he was looking to pull the trigger. Sugai. Suzuki. Takeda. Kugawa. Hirato. Moving forward in stages. The ball has to be played up and over the top, and was for the onrushing Shinosuke Fukudera from right back there. But the precision just isn't there right now from Kyoto Sanga as the rain pours down here in central Japan. The teams from the Keihanshin region here in the central region of the country. Give it away. Sanga on the attack. That was Akugawa. Ran into Asai Sasaki. And there's the quick ball up forward as well to the ever alert Frontale attackers. It's Marcinho. Ito. That was beginning to be reminiscent of the goal that Frontale scored with Ito. And here is Tatsuya Ito. He's still there. It's deflected. Oh, should have been 2. Drops at such an awkward height for the player arriving on the far post there. He just drifts through. There's a tug back on him as well, isn't there? Kawahara. He might feel that there was a pull back on his shirt there. Goal was gaping, dropping at an awkward height. Just a little deflection on Ito's attempt, which I think was a goal-bound attempt. Destined for the far corner. Kawahara will feel that he should have made it 2. It's not been referred either. So no issue with the potential shirt tug. Work for Frontale at the back to do. All broke kindly for them. Here they are again. Winning the ball quickly in the middle of the park, moving forward with purpose with Tatsuya Ito. Yes, Van Vermeskirchen. The right-sided option here. Ito goes for goal again. Well, this is a player who is red hot right now. Scintillating goal-scoring form. You can tell. All he wants to do is shoot. Seven chances created by having inferior possession numbers at 48% there, Kawasaki Frontale. Harrison will give chase. 2 defenders there. It might break for Harrison here. He's taken a tumble. Oh, players bouncing into each other and falling to the ground. Nothing untoward though. For a moment there, the ball was going to just break the player who was up against it, Erison, and two defenders around him. Makes it 60 goals this season. Ito's opener today. 33 matches. Massinia looking to poke the ball through to Erison. Hungary, and the ball breaks loose again here from Frontale. This is Miura. Wakizaka. Kawahara. Ito. Miura. Tatsuya Ito again. He's done well there. Ito twisting and turning. Still has possession. Weighing up those options. Little back heel. Back for Ito. That would have been exquisite. Delightful move. Well, Ito starting it with the dribble. Using Wakizaka with a wall pass almost there, and then flashing the shot wide. What a threat he is, though, right now. Tatsuya Ito. It's a fabulous first half. The attacking player for Kawasaki Frontale. He's just hit a run of form. Almost comes from nowhere. He is thriving back in Japan, Ito, clearly. Never played in Japan before this year. Kyoto Sanga looking for holes in the Frontale defence. There's a little ball, a clever one as well, just teed up there by Matsuda. Cross to come in now from the right-hand side, a little too deep there, but Okugawa was well forward. It had Frontale backtracking, pedalling back towards their own goal in order to defend. Better ball, deeper cross, more threatening. He just nudges that against the attacker, doesn't he? Sasaki. Chokui J enjoys the progression, enjoys the fact they look a little bit more threatening now, Kyoto Sanga. Hirato. Past the half-hour marker here at the Sanga Stadium. Kyoto Sanga, who got their title challenge back on track last week with an away win, are trailing at home here against Frontale. They'll be ever more confident of getting into the league places that yield a continental qualifying spot. Up to 55 points with a win here, still 5 matches to go after today. Cup semi-final as well coming up in the week, Frontale. Super crossfield there for Soto Miura. We played Fukuda. Wrestles possession back. Takeda. Nakano. Ito. Nice idea. Bending pass towards Erison. Taken by Ito. Got every blade of grass here. Kawahara. Suzuki across to cover. He's let Marcinho in here. Marcinho should never have been allowed to win possession. Miura. Wakizaka. Sasaki. Sasaki continued forwards. Centre half there. Inside left channel. Found himself at the end of that attack. Nice little reverse pass. That's going to be a free kick. Tactical. Spoiling foul there by Kento Tachibaneda. It's a reverse switch pass by Ryuma Nakano, changing the angle of approach as they look to break through the middle. Ball into Matsuda. Kyoto Sanga free kick. Suzuki. Takeda. Yoshinori Suzuki again. Hidehiro Suga. Can't break them down. Being very intricate here from Frontale. The break finally made a superb string of passes there, which enables them to break clear. Frontale with a layoff there from Wakizaka. Edison picked it up again with Ito. It's Wakizaka again. Van Vermeskirchen. Van Vermeskirchen continues his run. Yasuto Wakizaka! Swept across by Van Vermeskirchen. Not grateful to just pull that into his midriff. What a really slick move that was by Kawasaki Frontale. From a seemingly blind alley, deep in their own half, down on that right-hand touchline. Cleverly picked their way out of trouble. And turned it into an attacking situation. Okay, didn't result in anything, but there's an indication of what they're capable of. Another reminder, really, of the Frontale hierarchy alighted on Shigetoshi Asabe to replace the legendary Toru Iniki, deliverer of 8 titles and cups in his time as Kawasaki Frontale manager. General feeling was that he'd taken the club as far as he could, or done as much as he could with them, handed over the reins last year. Asabe took them up. And had 4 impressive years with Avispa Fukuoka, and returned into J1 mainstays. And the J-League Cup in his time with Fukuoka in 2023 did Shigetoshi Asabe. Sub over the top, chance here for Sanga, and in! Sugai was forward. They look across to the referee's assistant, the flag stays down and the goal is given. Best move of the match for Kyoto Sanga, and they are level. Sugai has tucked it home, the unlikeliest of scorers. Hidehiro Sugai, the left-sided fullback. That's his first league goal for Kyoto Sanga. Plenty to keep an eye on across the line there, as the player broke forward over there on the blind side. I think they were expecting a flag there, Frontale. And in the end, Sasaki and Uremovic were just spectators as the ball was turned across for Sota Miura. Okugawa did really well, sort of plays it hard against Matsuda, who still manages to turn that into an assist. And Hidehiro Sugai scores a goal in league football for the first time since he was a Ventforet Kofu player in July 2023. The reward for some much more well-directed attacking for Kyoto Sanga. Absolutely needed that before the break. Now it's Frontale with the Marcinho. Snap that ball across. Sugai across to cover. Different type of challenge now. Coach Asebe will be the happier of the two coaches. Cho Kui Jo. Kawasaki Frontale corner. Kizaka to take it. Good defensive header, that near post. I said about that from Miura, the better. Well under it there, Sota Miura. A lot going on off the ball from these Frontale corners. Uremovic gets involved, Sasaki too. Sugai with Kawahara there. This referee wants to work with the two captains. Sensible. Yeah, the instruction surely just to calm things down a bit from those corners. In particular, Uremovic. Yeah, it does bring a little bit of extra physicality, the 28-year-old Croatian who joined from Hajduk Split mid-season here in Japan. The player who was sent off on his debut, Uremovic, on 9th of August. A 5-2 defeat against Vispa Fukuoka. The end result is a goal kick there for Kyoto Sanga. Well played, Suzuki. Sugai, quick ball up and over the top. Too weighty for Taichi Hara. Kind of tactic Kawasaki Frontale have been deploying thus far. Been a really nice pace and tempo to this first half. And ball across there. There's Marcinho. Miyamoto did really well. Hirato. Breaks for Van Vermeskirchen. Tachibanada. Ito. Ito's cross. Just place it too close to Gakuji Ota. all his career outside Japan up until this year, Tatsuya Ito. I usually expect the better and more ambitious players in J1 to have a couple of years here in the top flight in Japan, then get their move. But 2016, the Taito native went straight to Hamburg in Germany, into St. Tweeden in Belgium, Magdeburg back in Germany, before returning to the fringes of Tokyo to Kawasaki in the off-season, the end of 2024. Tatsuya Ito. Lovely turn. Danger here. Marcinho. Edison. First touch wasn't good. Ito. Follow-up player Wakizaka. Shot charged down. Then Tachibana lets fly with no success. Opportunity once again really unfolding in front of Kawasaki Frontale on the counter-attack, and kind of Erison letting that ball just wriggle under his boot hampered them in that attack. Looking promising up until that point. Van Dermerskirken, that was important. Getting a touch on that to deny Masaya Okugawa. Here's Sota Miura, the 45-minute mark at the end of the first half. And Miura saw that challenge incoming. Three minutes to be added on at the end of this first half. Conditions not helping with the throw-ins. Tachibana able to tidy it up. That's a little bit loose. Ball given back to Kyoto Sanga Okugawa. There's the header from Matsuda on the left-hand side of the area. He takes up those interesting positions. Tight in on the last defender. He's not the tallest, Tema Matsuda, but still poses a threat in the air. And Suzuki's header. Wakizaka. Miura. For Marcinho to break. Just needed one club less there. Miura. Miyamoto. Suzuki. To say, responded pretty honestly after the loss of their captain Shinpei Fukuoka. Takeda has come in and done well for Kyoto Sanga. Ending this first half with plenty of possession, the home team. Pass from Miyamoto. Trying to involve those wide players, starting hugging either touchline and then dashing in field to try and give the player in midfield in possession options. Really exciting first half, that plenty of opportunities at both ends. It's 1-1. Tatsuya Ito continuing his remarkable current goal-scoring run with his 10th goal in his last 9 matches to give Kawasaki Frontale the lead, and it was a really tight and tidy finish too. But Kyoto Sanga were able to equalise with Hidehara Sugai's first goal for the club, thus getting Cho Kui-jae's team on level terms. A draw is of little use to either team, but it is a draw at half-time. 1-1 between Kyoto Sanga and Kawasaki Frontale. Players back out on the pitch then. Ready for the start of the second half here at the Sanga Stadium. Kyoto Sanga 1, Kawasaki Frontale 1. And Kyoto Sanga, as we know, chasing down Kashima Antlers, one of the pack chasing down the Antlers at the top. Frontale can afford nothing less than victories in the run-in to try and get themselves up to at least 4th in the table, which is a possibility for them. So a point, as things stand now, is not ideal. Better than nothing, of course, but both teams want to win. Masaya Okugawa has been replaced by Fuki Yamada here at the break. The second change made by Cho Kui-jae. First was injury enforced, with Takeda coming in for Fukuoka in the first half. Had 4 minutes last week, Yamada. And the left-sided midfielder of the bench for the 6th occasion this season. Okugawa replaced the player that scored the goal in the first meeting this season, which was a 1-0 away win for Kyoto Sanga. A month into the season, and they're flying out of the traps, Kyoto Sanga, this year. Second half is underway. 1-1 is the score. It's an argument to say that a couple of the rivals around them have struggled already today. It's a pile driver of clearance that has caused an injury straight off the bat. Here's Temo Matsuda charging down this clearance. But oof, he's taken one square there, hasn't he? High up on his torso. And an injury stoppage. The second half had barely got underway. Well, if he could do it, bring it in for Kyoto Sanga, it would be one of the most sensational stories in the history of J1. Nobody expected this club to A, get up into a title challenging position in the league, and B, stay there. But here they are still. 5 matches from the end of the season. Kyoto Sanga. This is a club that were in the promotion relegation playoffs as recently as 2022. A historic and celebrated part of Japan. Kyoto, the country's former capital. It's a spectacular region, picturesque and historic city. Used to making waves at the temple for Japanese football, formed in '96 and spent 5 years in the top flight before their first relegation. And 4 of those, by the way. The 4th year back in the top flight since their last promotion in 2022. Marcinho is just bent round the post by Erison as Frontale's 2 Brazilians look to combine. That's how easily defence can turn into attack for Frontale. Marcinho's such a significant part of the system. Just nudges that in there for Erison. He can't wrap his foot around sufficiently. The striker far off. Last on the score sheet, 13th of September in the 3-0 away win at the Marinos. Erison, 11 goals, better return than his 7 in 15 starts last year. His first year in Japan after joining from Sao Paulo in his native Brazil. I just wonder if we've been rotated into the starting 11 today because they've got this J.League Cup semi-final coming up in midweek against Kashiwa Reysol. They're fighting on multiple fronts. Of course, league action takes a break for a couple of weeks because of the internationals. Japan set to play Brazil and Paraguay in the Kirin Cup. With their qualification for next year's World Cup finals having already been long assured. Sanga on the attack. Useful ball drilled in, although a difficult one to defend. Nakano got forward well. Yamada the sub. Ran out of room there. Kyoto Sanga. Smartly across there, Asahi Sasaki. Rock solid. And the run to the AFC Champions League Elite Final, beat by Al Ahly. Kawasaki Frontale in the final of that competition. The final stage is played in Saudi with the AFC Champions League rebranded as the AFC Champions League Elite last season. Rebooted, reformatted. Sixth time in the last 8 seasons, third year in a row that the Japanese club had been in the continental final. Since the Reds win in summer of 2023, when Marino's beaten last year by UAE opponents. Alain Frontale fell at the final hurdle as well. Japan with 8 continental wins, second only to Korea Republic. It's the nation that has provided the most winners of that tournament. Zelvia, Vissel Kobe and Sanfrecce Hiroshima have just started their campaigns in this year's competition. But below third, there's an opportunity to get into AFC Champions League 2, and that's what Frontale are chasing realistically. Might well find that Kyoto Sanga are in the fight for that spot rather than AFC Champions League Elite as well, given how well the last few matches go in this season. Still swinging punches in the race for the title right now. Nakano. Tashi Banada. Try to nudge it to Erison. Challenge was good. Sanga turn it into an attack. Here's Taichi Hara with the cross. And needed someone to get in the way, and Asahi Sasaki obliged. Corner here for Kyoto Sanga. A single corner in that the first half, too, for Frontale. Taiki Hidato to take this one. Outswinger, not much height on it. And break for Marcinho, first touch was good. Enables them to bomb on, got Erison up in support. If the pass is timed right. Oh, Erison's first touch just wasn't good. After Marcinho did all the hard yards in racing into space. First touch was really positive. And that was looking like a classic Kawasaki Frontale counter-attack. It's not the first time in this match Erison's first touch has been limp. He wanted the pass a little further ahead of him there, Erison. Got it all wrong at the end. It looks so inviting for Frontale. Racel, by the way, hung on for victory in their match earlier against the Marinos. So Uro Reds beating Vissel Kobe, Sanfrecce Hiroshima beating Machida Zelvia. League leaders Kashima Antlers, they play Gamba Osaka tomorrow morning. So Antlers on top, 64 points. Right now, there are 3 teams on 60 points. Kyoto Sanga, Kashiwa Reysol and Vissel Kobe. That's how close it is. So Sanga wanted the free kick there. Didn't get it. Here comes Fukuda. Hara running into Sasaki. Solid as ever. Fukuda with the throw. Cleverly worked! Oh, that's so unlucky. It's the spin on the header. Well, what an impressive move from the throw-in that was. Matsuda gets the contact. Look at the way he spins it. It's on its way and then bends away from goal. Oh, just not the right connection here. On its way, bounce, back spin, and a little bit of side as well. Takes it away from the target, but that was a really cleverly worked throw-in. Of course, he can't be offside straight from that throw. He took advantage of Frontale napping a little bit there. Not following the target man. Hara and flicked it back. Matsuda was unlucky. Still 1-1 here. Up another that from Hirato. Hara knocks it over for Matsuda. Does well. Overlapper too, but Van Vermeerskirchen cuts out the pass, aimed for Hara. Fukuda. Senior shutting down the man in possession. Going to have to come back to Otta. Spoiling play results in the first yellow card of the match. Kicked it away there because the fear is that Kawasaki Frontale can start an attack from almost nothing. Looking for Taiki Hirato. Here's Massinho. Okizaka, lovely spin. Masato Okizaka. Miura takes on the fullback, just draws that challenge from the covering player Shinisuke Fukuda. Corner. Do like the look of Soto Miura. Forward thinking fullback. What you want in the modern game. Akizaka here with the Frontale corner. Good shot. Did well enough to defend it, not once but twice there. Another yellow card. Just released this logjam of yellow cards, created the flood. Now it's Yamada, the substitute. It's been shown the second yellow card of this contest. Hands up there to stop the incoming swing on the shot from Soto Miura. Kawasaki Frontale calling for the handball, and the referee agreeing. Just extending the body shape, the body size there, and attempting to block the shot there, the sub Yamada. Plenty of commotion here around who's going to take it. Well, it's a look of determination being worn by Yasuto Wakizuka, isn't it? Scorer of 6 goals this season, the Frontale captain. Miura there too. Miura is the left footer. Plots in motion. Oh, it was on its way. Fingertip save by Kakuji Ota. Prevents Frontale from retaking the lead. Well, it was precise, wasn't it? It was on its way, but perhaps lacking the pace required to beat Kakuji Ota there. Nice one, I suppose, for the keeper. He saw it coming all the way, and the pace helped him out. Hasn't scored since last November, Miura. And even that was in the AFC Champions League Elite group stage. Only ever one goal in the league in 2 seasons for Frontale, for the left back. Well, we saw this in the first half, didn't we? Frontale winning a corner, and whilst players get up, get into position, both the attacking players of Frontale and the defensive players of Kyoto Sanga, there's a lot of physicality, a lot of commotion, a lot of contact. Clearly Aremovic pushing his opponent over. Final warning, you would suspect there, for Aremovic. Frontale can finally take this corner. Outswinger. Bounces away from Edison. Sugai can try and run it clear. Well, this is exactly like the corners Frontale won in the first half. Players tumbling, players claiming they've been hit, bashed around. Difficult to know, to believe at times. And 4 players going up there, then backwards tumble into Erison. Nothing serious to report on, I don't think. Players just happy for a couple of deep breaths. It's been high-tempo stuff here at the Sanga Stadium. Still 1-1. Tatsuya Ito's slick finish, giving Frontale the lead, and an equaliser scored by Hidehiro Sugai as more substitutes are being readied here. Cho Kui-jae switching it up again. constant communication between the VARs and the referee out on the pitch. And it means that the play will be taken back if anything untoward is recognised. Rima Nakano, Temo Matsuda are being replaced by Leo Gomez, Shun Nagasawa now. As Kyoto freshen up their attack. Players that were trotted off the bench last week. Leo Gomez, Brazilian, 16 minutes last week against Cerezo. And Shun Nagasawa, more of a recognised centre forward, another who comes very much in that veteran category at 37, Nagasawa. Experience being called for here rather than the sort of raw, fresh energy of youth. Off the bench for the 12th time this season, Nagasawa. Foul as Gomez gets involved straight away. Decision given against Tachi Banada there. Sixth time off the bench, Leo Gomez. 2 years with Jubilo Iwata before joining mid-season. No goal as yet. Change that, but it won't happen there. Sasaki just shepherds him out of play. Substitutes on the pitch now for Kyoto Sanga. 24 minutes to play. He's gone bold here. As Coach Joe Wakizaka. Frontale pushing up on the right-hand side here. Wakizaka again. Nudge in field. Nice and deep there, helps out the defence. Sugai brings it on. Yamada forward. The combination wasn't there. Sugai given way too much to do there. Fukuda has options. Poor ball. Frontale. Oh, that's a clearing here. Another chance to do so. And picking away out. I thought Aremovic just sends it long for Edison. He's beaten in the air. Sasaki. Nice and cool. Good looking ball as well in towards Marcinho. Water there. Kyoto Sanga's best ever finish in J1, 5th 3 years ago. Two-stage era of J1 3 years ago, 23 years ago, scratch that. Only ever won one domestic cup, the Emperor's Cup, 20 years ago. Beat Kashima Antlers in the final. Park Ji-sung scored in that match. later of PSV and Manchester United fame. Reached the final in 2011, lost to FC Tokyo. Modest history. This tells you an awful lot about how unusual it is to see them challenging in this much tougher and much more competitive J1 era. So many teams on a similar level fighting for the title. It really is a proper title race in Japan this year. Always had a history of tight title run-ins, J1. Sugai pushing forward down the left, wins the corner. Van Vermeerske very reluctant to put a foot in there. Showed him down the line, allowed him to cross. Out for the corner. Whipped into the near post. Oh, it's come through, everyone. Good block on the far side from Tachibaneda. Well, everyone missed it. A whole forest of legs there. Could have hit anyone and gone anywhere. The whip on the turn from Yamada. Tachibaneda stood his ground. Another corner from the opposite side. We move into the last 20 minutes at the Sanga Stadium. Kyoto Sanga 1, Kawasaki Frontale 1. Remains the score. This time it's Hirato who send it in. He hit a toe to the area. Attacker holding the defender in that instance. Ara on Removic. So it seemed. Frontale have a breather. So Removic and Hara. To the left of your picture there, Leo Gomez there with Sai van Vermeerske in the middle. It's kind of who do you go with there? Officials went with Frontale. Just shy of the 20,000 capacity in Sanga Stadium here at over 19,000. Erison. Marcinho picks it up. Nicely done, Wakizaka! There's clothesline there by Yoshinori Suzuki. Free kick. Straightforward enough decision that time for the referee. It's the quickness there of the control and the little drop of the shoulder to get himself forward facing there, Wakizaka, that tempted Suzuki in for the challenge. The only player in the Kyoto Sanga starting 11 today, Yoshinori Suzuki, who's featured in every match this season in the league for the Kyoto club. Miura has already gone close with a free kick from this kind of range, although it was further over to the right. The ideal side for a lefty like Sota Miura. Maybe now for the right footer, Wakizaka. It is going to be Yasuto Wakizaka. Oh, it's just wide. Well, from further over, Miura, the left footer, went close, Hotter with a save, and now Wakizaka, the right footer from the left, bends his effort just wide. They are millimetres off from getting these free kicks right, the Kawasaki Frontale. Just waiting for the net to bulge there. And a change with 17 minutes to go. Shigetoshi Asabe is first. In fact, it's a double switch. Akihiro Ianaga, Lazar Romanic for Marcinho and Erison respectively. So the Brazilian pairing is withdrawn, and I'm not remotely surprised here to see Romanic coming in. The score of his first 2 goals for Frontale last week in the 4-4 with Raysol. And his 4th appearance, the former Vodnia man. He's also played in Greece, 27-year-old Serbian. One of those was a penalty, came in the 7th minute. And crashed home a late goal as well in the 4-4. And his debut start of August, having just signed from Vojvodina. Maybe the idea was to keep him under wraps for the J-League Cup semi-final double-header with Raysol. But here he is, Lazar Romanic. That's his first activity as well. The former youth international for Serbia. Third yellow card of the second half shown to Nagasua, the substitute. Because of that. I suspect he's no stranger to the more streetwise arts in football. The centre half of Frontale, Filip Uremovic. There's no doubt that he was caught there. Nagasua's first real contribution, gets himself booked, the 37-year-old. It's more the presence that Nagasua offers. Joined in the off-season after 4 years sort of down in J2 with Oita Trinita. Now to Sendai, so played at the road for Gamba for a while. A click there on Yamada. And the cards are coming out left, right and centre now. There's one for Itachi Banada. Just at the prospect here of Kyoto Sanga getting a little bit of a run in the middle of the park. And Yamada clearly tripped there. Down for Ianaga. Romanic. It's the 2 subs straight in, trying to combine. Ianaga at the polar opposite end of his Kawasaki Frontale career, and Romanic is an absolute Frontale legend. 273rd league appearance for Frontale today. A key architect of the glory days. 4 titles in 5 years, Ianaga. And 39 this summer. I can understand Leo Gomez's desperation to make some kind of impact, but not like that. Ito. And as anonymous in the second half as he was significant in the first, Tatsuya Ito. Tashi Banada. Ito. Romanic. There's Ianaga. Great vision. Playing Van Vermeskirchen. Ianaga, a little bit of sting, who's gone out of this Frontale attack. Ienaga will reset it. Raimovic. Van Riemerskirchen. Nice idea, looking to bend it into Romanic. Trickles away from Fukuda. Too much for Ienaga to do. Time running out to be a hero for someone. Kyoto Sanga to get the win, which is absolutely critical at this stage. But they're on the back foot. Here's Ito. For Frontale, it's Ito. Nudging for Wakizaka. Safety in numbers at the back for Kyoto Sanga. Still have to play the Antlers, Sanga, here at the Sanga Stadium, 25th of October. A couple of match days after the restart, after the forthcoming international break, and then it's Yokohama F Marinos here, who are still fighting to get out of the relegation zone or stay clear of the relegation zone. Last day here, Vissel Kobe. Not only the Keihanshin derby, but a match between two of the teams who are gunning for the title. What an occasion that will be on the last day of the season here in Kyoto. Frontale as well. Squad will be stretched with a double header against Kashiwa Reysol. Go up the road from here in Osaka and here in Kyoto to play Cerezo Osaka. To play Sanfrecce Hiroshima at home, Frontale, and those that were Reds on the last day. Difficult route to get up to fourth, at least for Frontale, in between now and the end of the season. Here's Van Riemerskirchen. Miura. Ito. So Ito's still going, he's done brilliantly. It's Tatsuya Ito! Wonderful play again from Ito. And he almost carved out the goal for Ienaga. Overruns it in a sense there, Ienaga. Runs into the cross, doesn't he? Bumps it up and over the top. On we go. Cross comes in from the right-hand side, not enough zing behind it. There's Ito, there's Miura, little ball round the corner. Oh, Miura tried to square it for Romanic. He feels that he was bundled over. Lovely touch from Ienaga. Sota Miura just gets the ball away from the goalkeeper, but nothing given. Fabulous little move. Wakizaka. Suddenly all Frontale right now. Wakizaka again, there's the overlapper. Ienaga plays it back, there's Ito! Oh, bouncing awkwardly. And Kyoto Sanga right on the red line at the moment, scramble it clear. Fabulous period of pressure from Kawasaki Frontale, but you feel they really do need to hammer it home with a goal. Kawahara. Lofted pass in for Miura. Whips that straight down the throat of Gakuji Ota, and Kyoto Sanga can breathe a mighty sigh of relief. Hirata was to thread it forward. Gasawa. Good high press there from Frontale. Mota belts that long, lay it down, possibly injured. Here comes Gustavo Barreto now for Kyoto Sanga. Last shuffle of the deck from Joe Quijay. '29. Barreto. He's only just arrived actually from Aval in Brazil. He fits the journeyman tag and replaces Taiki Hiroto here. Well, he only had 4 minutes against Fujano Akayama at the end. 5-0 win here, 30th of August. Gets slightly longer, perhaps 10 minutes with stoppages here today for Barreto, and Ito has run himself into the ground and hasn't been anything like as effective in this second half. Is replaced by Ten Miyagi. The switches have come in reasonably late for Kawasaki Frontale, as one of those earlier substitutions, Romanic, finds himself in the book. Miyagi. Straight switch in for Ito. Miyagi there, 24. Hasn't started a match in the last 2 years for Frontale. Perennial substitute off the bench. 17th time this season, but he's managed 4 goals from the bench in that time. Miura. Miyagi. Miyagi with the dribble. Romanic still on his feet. Yanaga. Everyone back now for Kyoto Sanga. They lift their level. Pick through here Frontale now with so many bodies defending. Oh, Miyagi just tried to sweep it. The ball broke kindly there for the substitute. Last 2 goals have come past the 90-minute mark, Ten Miyagi. In the quarter-final of the J.League Cup match, a penalty, 96 minutes to beat the Reds, and then 8 minutes into stoppages. That is the 3rd goal in the win at the Marinos, Miyagi. Frontale want more of the same. Well, the bookings have come left, right and centre. It's a second booking for Romanic. That means a red. He's off. The substitute. The recent signing, the Serb, sent off here against Kyoto Sanga for a silly contact, you have to say. Lazar Romanic is dismissed with 3 minutes of the 90 to go. And now Kawasaki Frontale are down to 10 men, and it will be backs against the wall stuff, surely. You might say that's harsh. He looks absolutely dumbfounded, doesn't he? But it's a chance now for the home team to really go for it. Romanic plays no further part. It seemed to be such a petty incident, really. What a suspension that they will welcome in this run-in at all, Frontale. Yanaga. Uremovic sends it back to Jung. Going to be tidied up by Miyamoto. Long ball forward for Kyoto Sanga. Oh, he's going to carry through again to the far post. Harder is there. Try and pick it up in second phase here. But Uremovic is there with him. Does well. Filip Uremovic. And again, Frontale look a threat on the counter. It's Akihiro Ienaga. And two backtracking defenders just slow him down illegally, according to the referee. Free kick. Well, this is really why the likes of Ienaga can be brought in. Cute play, just holding it up, just drawing that contact, subsequently leveraging it. You can get bodies forward and try and create something with this set piece. It's played short here. Frontale attacking down the right-hand side, deflection on the cross. Reset it from the left now. There's Miura's ball in. Gomez back there. Barreto with a header away. It's going to come to Miura again. Frontale piling on the pressure. So 6 minutes to be added on. Right now, Kyoto Sanga with a draw today become one of 3 teams on 60 points, 4 points behind Kashima Antlers, who play tomorrow. Looking at an Antlers victory tomorrow, that leaves them 67 points, 7 points clear the Antlers can potentially be, with all their rivals slipping up. At this stage of the season, slipping up means not winning. Could still win. Might find an end product on that attack. Kyoto Sanga. What can be produced from this? Yamada, Hara, spins it in, what's a chance, not taken, Nagasawa. First time, rolls it wide, oh goodness me. These little moments become absolutely pivotal in title run-ins. That surely was the moment, wasn't it, for Kyoto Sanga? What a chance. What a chance for Nagasawa. 87th minute winner off the bench against Cerezo Osaka. Made it 2-1 last week. He could have repeated the feat. That's what he was brought in to do. So, Fraser, you had one job. Not there for Nagasawa. Antlers at home tomorrow. Well capable of beating Cerezo. 7-point gap. 5 matches to go. All of a sudden, it looks tricky for the chasing pack to get back at the Antlers. Frontale with possession. Look at this. Kawahara bombing on. So Kawahara, oh, the pass needed to be better. How many times have we said that about Frontale's counter-attacking, particularly with Erison, who couldn't quite find the end product. Nor can his replacements. Oh dear, oh dear. Not a problem with the counter-attacking intent, but just the composure needed to finish it off. Frontale could have been out of sight by now. At the same time, Kyoto Sanga could have been ahead themselves. Still a chance for Frontale with this corner. Seconds left of stoppages. Is this the death knell for Kyoto Sanga's title challenge? There's Kawahara. Stuck through, two in the box here. If the cross is good, it wasn't bad, but the defending was even better. Tachi Baneda clips it up and over. Oh, Wakizaka on the volley, puts it over the top. Well, that could have extinguished the title flame for Kyoto Sanga once and for all. Little sand wedge up and over for Yasuto Wakizaka. Just a palm on it, I think, there from Gakko Ota. Waves it over the top. Good save that from Ota, the Sanga keeper. Yeah, the straightforward claim from the subsequent corner. Last minute of stoppages, last chance saloon time for Kyoto Sanga as they pour forward with Shinosuke Fukuda. The pass across was a little bit aimless. Miura gets it away. Turned with interest there for Yamada. Then there goes Barreto, takes that tumble. Nothing given, play is still live. And Frontale can run it clear. It could well be that. Likewise for Kyoto Sanga's chances of winning an historic and spectacular first ever J1 title. They have failed to beat Kawasaki Frontale at home here. Hard fought match, a bruising match, thrilling in many respects. Both goals came in the first half. A wonderful finish from Tatsuya Ito put Kawasaki Frontale in the lead. Hidehiro Sugai's first ever goal for Kyoto Sanga levelled it. Both teams really went for it in the second half, and both teams could legitimately say they should have won it, but neither did win it. It's finished 1-1, and the Kyoto Sanga now sit 4 points behind Kashima Antlers, potentially 7 points behind the Antlers if the Kashima club can win their match in hand 24 hours from now. It was breathless stuff, really. Towards the end, I just wonder how significant will be that Nagasawa miss for Kyoto Sanga come the end of the season. Still 5 matches to go, so plenty of points to play for. But have Kyoto Sanga blown the chance of taking it all the way to the wire with the Antlers? It's finished today. Kyoto Sanga 1, Kawasaki Frontale 1. Fabulous match, that. Bruised and battered and breathless, the two teams will wind down here. And Frontale with another point sort of tiptoes them closer to where they want to be, and getting among the places to qualify for either AFC Champions League Elite or AFC Champions League 2, but they could have done with a nice, honest, big stride towards that. But terrific entertainment once again. J1 has provided the neutral here at the Sanga Stadium. But the matches are running out, you have to say. And now it is all eyes on Kashima Antlers against Gamba Osaka. Sunday morning to round off week 33 of J1. Coach Cho has plenty to say to the officials. A whole slew of yellow cards were produced in that second half. I think he's arguing that late challenge on Barreto should have yielded a penalty. It was nervy stuff at the end, at both ends really. But neither team could find a breakthrough. Both teams salute their fans. The Frontale faithful head back east to the western outskirts of Tokyo and Kanagawa, the prefecture. Kyoto Sanga roll their sleeves up and go again. Next at home, it is the Antlers on the 25th of October. Wow, what a match that will be.
ご自身の J1 初ゴールでチームに勝ち点1をもたらせました。今の気持ちを聞かせてください。
そうですね。ゴール自体、嬉しい結果にはなりましたけど、絶対に勝たなきゃいけないゲームだったんで、引き分けで終わってちょっと悔しいなという気持ちですね。
その同点ゴール、しっかりあの位置にいて松田選手のボールに合わせました。振り返っていただけますか。
常に監督からもああいったところでスプリントをやめずにどんどんゴールに関わっていけっていうふうには言われてるんで、それを前半立ち上がりからしっかりできたんで、それがゴールにつながってよかったかなと思います。